It's another episode of Something to Think About. And today I want to talk to you about the good old days. You know the good old days. You know, when everything was perfect and we were all happy and everything worked out. It was just a perfect world. Everything was perfect. The good old days. And we remember those good old days and we fondly speak of them. But you know what? Sometimes they maybe weren't. I'm reminded especially of the Andy Griffith Show. And as many of you know, it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Andy Griffith Show is about a time way back in the town of Mayberry where life was slow and the world was perfect and everything went according to plan. And everyone was happy and everybody got along with each other. And we finally remember as the slow, happy days on the streets of Mayberry. Just like this picture shows. Look at that, a dog lying in the street. Not uncommon in the town of Mayberry. Maybe not even uncommon here in the town of Morocco. I know today I actually spoke with someone and they were parked in the street, in the middle of the street. We had a nice conversation, a nice spiritual uplifting conversation. But those good old days sometimes aren't always the good old days. We have to remember things for the way that they actually were, because our memory sometimes is flawed. We like to remember the good old days and the good old times and the slow life that we used to have. But really, it was just like it is today. We were still busy. We were still running here and there and doing things. And people were having those issues we're even having today. I recently wrote a newsletter article for the church that reprinted an article from the 60s that the pastor wrote about some of the questions that he was being asked about the church and about people in the church. And I get those same questions even today here in 2021. So those things never change sometimes. But we fondly remember them as the good old days. But here's the deal. Jesus has promised us something better to come. That we have that faith and that hope that better times are coming. And we need to look for him for that. So that is something to think about. Faith, hope, and good times to come. That's something to think about.